Test, test, test. All right, there we go. Okay. Good afternoon, sports fans. Welcome to League 1, Season 33. It is Week 9, and the Penn State Nittany Lions, ranked number 3, are at home against 3 and 5 Rutgers. So let's take a quick look at the Scarlet Knights and then get kicked off. Yes, our center is back, so we can adjust that. Let's take a look. Rutgers, they have a halfback out. All right, so let's take a look at our depth chart here. All right, and see about fixing this as regards our center. All right. Okay, so Craig is back in, and then we had Cousins. And let's make sure that I know what I'm looking at here. All right, so Goodman. Why is Goodman playing left tackle? And probably because he's. And who is playing? Sexton. All right. But if we don't play Goodman there, we play Donko there. That makes more sense. And then Sims, okay. So we're talking. Means we're taking. Okay, so we're playing Donko. All right, Donko, Sexton, Sims. Goodman, Sexton. Now, do we want Sims or do we want... Yeah, Wembley. Okay. Now let's check out guard. Guard, we've got Shanahan Jr. playing there, followed by Birchmeyer. And then, oh no, okay, I see why. And then we've got Williams, Birchmeyer, and Ono. And And then, yeah, where and right, and so we don't have we don't actually include Cousins there because Cousins is, yeah, that makes sense. All right. Okay. Great. And now we'll take a look at Rutgers here. Oh, after I get my bench board. All right. So, Kill Crease is a very mediocre quarterback, redshirt senior, 70, pocket passer. All right. Hopefully we can brutalize him a little bit. Excuse me. All right. So Benjamin is out, but functionally, Garcia and Sands, they're all the same person. All right. So he got out real early. So, okay, so their running game isn't great. They do have a fullback. All right. They've got one decent wide receiver, but Thomas has speed. Tight end is good, and they do throw to him. So need to be worried about Blake. All right. Offensive line. Okay. Ooh, dear God. That's not a good offensive line. And that guard is just why? Just no, don't do that. Don't do that. All right. 74, 73 at the edges. Okay, that's not a good offensive line. Ooh, weak middle linebackers. Secondary is by far the best part. So, like, just run the ball on this team. Just run the ball on this team. All right. And with that, and with our center back in the lineup, let's get kicked off.
They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to the home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, taking on last year's national champions, the Penn State Nittany Lions. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Nittany Lions will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Rutgers Scarlet Knights offense takes the field. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Well, the defense is starting to make a comeback. Like, I'm excited about this new era of football. Like, we're seeing better tackling, and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago. And this defense is fun to watch Tate, from the top to their coaches, Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in, and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense.
And you had all day to stew on it, get excited, and dream about getting sacks, and it took no longer than the first play.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. The no-frills unis, but big-time swag from their backers in getting the sack.
Yeah, and we are linebacker U. We find linebackers year after year that get after the quarterback that are so athletic, just straight playmakers.
He's got an open man, and he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
That's the one danger defensively when you want to play zone coverage, because you leave a lot of windows and pockets out on the field. And if the offense and quarterback find one, they could hurt you. And you saw it right there on the crossing.
Looking to throw on first down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to find another play. The Scarlet Knights now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
It's not an easy situation if you're an offensive line and you're second and third and long, because you know the D-line, they're coming. They know you're throwing the football. As an O-lineman, you better get out of your stance and get your hands up and punch and not miss, because if you do, then that's what happens right there.
And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
That is a gut punch if you're the
Jesus.
offense, because they're in dime personnel. They're only rushing 4 guys. You've got 5 offensive linemen. You've got the option of bringing other people in to help give your QB time. And this offense, not good enough.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Nittany Lions offense will try to get something going with their first.
All right.
From the gun, give on the inside. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Let's take just a second and talk about Penn State. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there. As we get closer to the playoff, it becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning, and that's got to be the mindset. And coming into today, they have to bring their A game to the field.
And we're still in the middle of the season, so there's so many ways to still make a good impression for this squad, and we still have conference championships for some. We have great matchups that will decide, just like we've seen in past years, right? Comes down the stretch, who's playing the best.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24, first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Barnett. They're working that left side. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
Get the big-time receiver.
All right, Saunders. Is Gums and... Yeah, he's being redshirted. Okay, so gotta leave him. Gotta leave Saunders there. Okay, so okay. Oof, and center 64, Craig, is just out for the rest of the game. Of course. Okay. Now, who did we say was a starter? Birchmeyer is not a starter.
Early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
With the run on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity.
The Sneak scores it.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs it for 6.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that drive covered just 44 yards. It was finished off with the quarterback sneak. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score.
All right.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Wants to throw on 1st down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
To the air on 2nd down. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And this dude knows how to get after quarterbacks. Last week he had 3 sacks. He gets his first today. I'll tell you what, you better know where he is before the ball snap every single play.
Makes the grab. It's Thomas. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. And the Scarlet Knights line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Got enough for the 1st down. Oh, there's an alley on the left. Touchdown, Penn State! He got loose, and it was lights out after
They've got a lot of speed, and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0.
Fellas, there's something tranquil about a sunflower, but there's pure hatred when it comes to the Sunflower Showdown. Kansas State is going to enjoy the trip back to Manhattan after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road and you stack wins there in Bill Snyder Family Stadium, and suddenly it's quite the resume. Big 12 football at its finest, gentlemen. Just when you think you have things figured out, a game like this happens.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want, because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Back to pass on second down. Grab behind the line. It's Garcia. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football. And now you're rewarded with 3rd and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out.
It's picked off, and that's number 10. Looking for more room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Quarterback on the keeper. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Oh, that was a mistake. That was me.
Front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
All right, if you're a quarterback in that situation, you know there's nowhere to go, so just
Cut your losses.
You're right, absolutely. Slide, don't take the extra punishment. You just give up on the play.
Catch in the middle. It's Hunter. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Nittany Lions come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. To the air. It's Barnett. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. He got it. And that lead grows even bigger.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away.
All right.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. wants to go up top on first down. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Scarlet Knights trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. The give out of the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss.
And he's feeling the heat, and he will go down. Final play of the first quarter, and not the way he wanted to end it. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. And the Scarlet Knights will punt it away on fourth down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Wants to return it. There he goes. Open it up. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one.
All right.
Place to start for this offense. Leaves it with the back.
Oh,
And he was
you had it.
not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the second quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Martin. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. They're going back to the ground. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Running back searching for a hole. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. They'll try to run for it. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. The Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. On the ground. And he'll be stopped for no gain. Still sitting at the 3-yard line. Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and goal from the 3. Trying to surge it in. And he is stopped. Not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. And here they come to give it another shot on 3rd and goal from the 3. Trying to pound their way in. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. A short kick, but that angle from the right can be a little tricky. Between the uprights, it's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Mississippi State is ahead early in Stark Vegas, but that's not exactly Dak Prescott out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Alabama. Implications galore inside the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big should happen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Looking downfield on first down.
Oh, that was, oh shit.
At the 40, there he goes. Open field on the right.
That was, I royally screwed that up.
Business at the 21. The Scarlet Knights are in the hurry up.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. This dude is wreaking havoc. If he keeps this up, just destroying game plans, they might name an ice cream flavor after him at the creamer.
Oh, right down the road at the creamer. What are you going to call it?
Quarterback crunch. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Pressure coming. Trying to escape and get it himself. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
And nowadays, you're not always going to get these quarterbacks on the ground because they're so athletic. But nice job getting the sack, let him out of the pocket there, but now forcing the 4th down, and it's decision time for this offense.
Splits the uprights. Good.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit.
Oh, he's got some space. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. The Nittany Lions come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Here's the handoff. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was.
That's what I'm talking about.
Big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try to blast their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And the extra point is good. They march 79 yards on the drive. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. The returner will field it and try to do some business.
Oof,
and the
bad
coverage team
return.
able to make the tackle. Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
And the Scarlet Knights really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. They'll leave it with the lone back. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Happy Valley. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in State College, PA.
All right. We'll do the kickoff real quick and then pause for our usual 5-minute halftime break.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18.
All right. Halftime break. Be right back. All right, so let's take a quick look at how Saunders is doing. He can go back in, and Craig is staying out.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24. And the Nittany Lions can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Give to the running back. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Martin. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
All right, so okay.
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Hunter. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Back to throw. It's Barnett.
Oh,
It's incomplete on 3rd down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Finds the tight end. Discards him with the stiff arm. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. To the air on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Duff. And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle for a solid pickup. The Scarlet Knights can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Rushes on him. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
The defense is just killing it. Success after success after success. If I'm the offense, I got to change something up, or my quarterback's going to be forced to change because he's going to be in the injury team.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. And the Scarlet Knights will call.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Fields the punt, wants to make a play, and he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down.
Ugh.
Penn
All right.
State sends the offense back onto the field.
And now we're taking out the left tackle.
Another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. On the run, it's Martin. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll leave it with him. This time stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and they're probably saying, finally, what a night he's had.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over a hundo on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
Looking to throw, it's Barnett. Snagged in the middle, it's Hunter. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just
turning it on. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
To the ground, he's got it again. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. The Nittany Lions with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Running the red zone, it's Martin. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. The Nittany Lions pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll give it to the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State!
The identity of this offense is their ability to run the football. They're doing that in this game. That's now 3 rushing touchdowns on the day.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings.
Oof. 4.
So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And he's coming out of the end zone.
Mistake.
That's a kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. What a complete disaster. What a terrible decision to run that far backwards and take the safety.
And that's the exclamation point right there. It's been a bad day, man. This offense, they're going to have to find some answers over the next couple of weeks, especially the next week in practice, of who they are, what their identity is, because all they've done today is struggle around and now give up points.
All right, so let's go back. All right, we've got to go into the depth chart, and we restore. All right, because we took out. Yeah, we took out Donko. We moved Shanahan Jr. And we had taken out alright, so now that we've done that, we can go in and we can mass sub. Alright, cancel. Alright, we don't want to.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense.
Alright, let's take Donko back out.
That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to down the field and play action.
Man, this is to the gut when you know you're losing and you know you got to get a stop and you know they're going to run the football and they still run the football down your throat. It's been that kind of day for this defense.
The give to the back. Runs through the tackle. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Breaks into the open. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. They'll try the run. Plows through the defense. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Leaves it with the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Makes the grab. It's Hunter. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14.
And they found the big fella again, and they found him early and often today. They featured him here in the 4th quarter. Still time left in this football game. I imagine he's going to still continue to get the football thrown his way.
Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Looking for space. It's Wallace. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. And this field goal team has been busy. This kicker comes out for the 3rd time tonight. And this one is perfect. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running.
All right, let's get out of here without any permanent injuries, guys.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some 1st downs together, get some good mojo going.
Quarterback gets the 1st down. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a 1st down.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass. He was able to get outside away from the...
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
What can you say about the impact this dude has had on this game? He has been completely unblockable all game long, guys. That's his 3rd sack of the game.
Gonna swing it on 2nd down. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line getting set on 2nd down. From the shotgun, the inside give. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Line is set on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Number one objective for a defense is the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Ball down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And this one will be stopped for no gain. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They go to the ground. There he goes. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
And that's what I love about this offense, man. They run the football and get first downs. They throw the football and get first downs. So much balance. That's why they're the #2 offense in all of college football getting first downs. They are so hard to defend.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee.
All right, no permanent injuries, I hope.
A bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominant.
Great running game, great defensive game, just absolutely
They obviously
fantastic.
had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening.
Got stopped a
kick.
few times.
All
Don't
three
love the
phases
field
we
goals,
saw
but you know,
just
it is what it is.
spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah.
All right, let's take a look at what else is going on in League One action. Clemson plays North Carolina this week. That'll be a tough game. Kansas State beat Kansas. And Florida whooped Tennessee. Coming up next week, Georgia at Florida. That'll be a big, big game. Iowa State at Kansas State. Penn State at West Virginia. And Wake Forest at North Carolina. Thank you for joining us. And in the immortal words of Coach Spector, have a great week. Kick its ass.